It's time for Ocean State Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George and Associates.
It's the Ocean State Credit Union's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Eric George, DMD and Associates. Hi everyone, Frank Carpano alongside Kyle Rowley for tonight's Friday Night Rivals game here in North Kingstown between the North Kingstown Skippers and the Burrillville Broncos. And right off the top, we have to mention that tonight's game comes with a heavy heart for both teams, as they are remembering a former coach who tragically died in a boating accident early this week. Joe Gil Martin, who passed away, was a coach here until 2019 when he retired, was also a teacher in the local school system here, and he will be honored here tonight. So both these teams were very familiar with the coach.
Yeah, absolutely. He meant a lot to this program, but these teams used to go away together in the summers to a camp that Joe started. So both teams with heavy hearts, I'm sure ready to play for him.
One of the many things that they're doing tonight, you see the ribbons that we have handed out to fans as they walk through the gates. They'll also have a moment of silence planned prior to the game. Speaking of the game, let's talk about some of the specifics of this game. The key players. Let's begin for the Burrillville Broncos.
Yeah, for Burrillville, Logan Gelinas, he's a 3-year starter, really coming into his own. Uses legs a lot naturally, but now he's got a grip on the offense as far as the passing attack.
And a wide receiver is who we're keeping an eye on for NK.
Gian Iachelli, he is averaging 18 yards a catch. He averages 131 yards a game. He's absolutely tearing it up. So I'm excited to watch him.
All right, now for the keys to the game, we're expecting a very good game despite the records kind of being opposite. Burrillville with a 4-1 record, 1-3 for NK. What are the keys for the, first let's talk about the Burrillville Broncos, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting game because both teams have very similar keys. They need to execute on offense. Both teams have like equal opportunity offense. They'll do anything. They'll go through the air 40 times a game or run it if that's working. So execute on offense for Burrillville, and I think defend the pass and the big play against North Kingstown's offense.
It was interesting that when we spoke with both coaches during the week that they both came up with the same word to describe what they needed to do on offense, as is the case with NK.
Yeah, absolutely. NK needs to execute through the air. When you have these passing attacks, it's all about efficiency. So NK needs to execute. They've got a starter that's been in there for a while, and they need to eliminate the big play against a smaller Burrillville team.
All right, North Kingstown versus Burrillville. Friday Night Rivals continues. We'll have the kickoff right after this. And welcome back to Dick Fossa Field here at North Kingstown as we await the opening kickoff of tonight's game. Our officials for tonight's game, the referee is Russ Gil Martin, umpire Fred Habian, Mark Balsamo is the linesman, line judge is Mark Loisel, Derek Habershaw is the back judge, and on the clock up here in the press box, Kiplin Clemelston. And we'll be hearing all the calls of the penalties, of which we hope there are not many tonight, from the referee who we have mic'd up tonight, Russ Gil Martin, helping us out with that. So we are ready to start this one off. And it will be Burrillville kicking off. And kicking off for Burrillville is Daniel Del Monaco. Awaiting the signal here, as the fans on their feet, ready to cheer their skippers on in this game that's played tonight with a very heavy heart after the passing of Joe Gil Martin, the former North Kingstown coach who died tragically in a boating accident earlier this week. We'll hear more about that in just a few minutes. Whistle blows, and we are ready to get this one underway. And a short kick off to the side, and that one caught at the 40-yard line, and that's where North Kingstown will start. Third member of our on-air crew is with us once again tonight. Ben DeCastro down on the sideline. Ben, take it away.
Frank, as you mentioned to kick off, this is going to be a very emotional game tonight. Earlier this week, there was a tragic boating accident which took the former coach here who retired in 2019, Joseph Gilmartin. Now, before the game, they had a moment of silence. There was quite a reading about the coach. You know, he was also involved. He was a history teacher, a football, basketball, baseball and hockey coach for North Kingston Schools and Bishop Feehan High School. He won Coach of the Year many times, and really tonight it's about the community coming together. So it's going to be an emotionally charged game. There's even more things planned throughout the game, and we'll be bringing that to you as we go through the evening.
All right, thank you, Ben. And Jack Diano, the quarterback for North Kingstown, throwing on first down, completing his pass along the Burrillville sideline, and a pickup of about 3 yards on the play. So 2nd down and 7 for the North Kingstown Skippers, who come out tonight with their black and Vegas gold. They call it the Vegas gold uniforms. Against Burrillville, wearing the navy and white uniforms. Glad that you're with us tonight for this Friday Night Rivals streaming of this big game. All right, handoff now on 2nd down, and right up the middle goes A.J. Parry, junior running back, picking up a few more yards where it'll be 3rd down and 3 now. And look at that again. Quick handoff. And Parry. Yeah, the North Kingstown coach said with regards to the running game, it's the running game by committee. He's got a couple of guys we'll see carrying the ball here tonight.
Yeah, they've got a number of offensive weapons. Decide to go on the 1st and 2nd down to Parry. And brings up a manageable 3rd down for the North Kingstown Skipper offense.
Diano takes the snap, and almost a direct snap to the running back. Got to see how close that was, but you know what? That one goes to number 42, Christopher Charnello, and he gets 1st down yardage, and that will move things along for our first down of the evening.
Well, you see Charnello's size. He's their fullback type running back. Going to give it to him on short yardage, and you can see why. Plows ahead for to get that 1st down easily for the Skippers.
So the ball just inside of Burrillville territory at the 49-yard line, and 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper, or let's see. That was number 10, yep. Jack Diano, the quarterback, running that one and picking up about 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, Diano rides his running back in the backfield. Parry there, decides to keep it himself. Might be it looked like a called play. Just get behind his 2 running backs and get what he can straight ahead with the quarterback. Oftentimes, if he keeps it and he's reading it, it'll be, you know, in a very different direction from that running back.
2nd and 5, man in motion. And the handoff goes up the right side and breaking one away down to the 30-yard line. Nice play there by the Skippers. Picks up 1st down yardage.
Charnello again. You can see he's a downhill runner. Really no fanciness. Just puts his foot in the ground and gets downhill, straight lines. And it's going to be that 1-2-3 punch.
Charnello again on 1st down after the 15-yard pickup, and he muscles his way down for about an 8-yard pickup down inside the 25-yard line. Ball spotted now on the 23.
He's not the type of runner you want to get in his way, so he's going to try to wear down that linebacking crew of Burrillville. But all 3 of these guys can run. In fact, Diano leads the team in rushing at the quarterback spot with about 40-something yards, 44.5 yards a game back there.
Ball spotted on the left hash mark. Going to go to the air on this one, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Cooper Berthelot.
Yeah, a little bit of a setup screen, flash fake, get the screen out to Berthelot. A little bit high, and also wasn't blocked well.
Well, this is a young team that North Kingstown brings up here tonight as we take a look at the Burrillville sideline. Gennaro Ferraro has been the head coach for the Broncos for the last 16 years. Been with the program for a total of 27 years.
It's a long time.
It is a long time, and he looks on now as his defense trying to hold off this attack by the Skippers. There's a handoff going up the middle and down inside the 20-yard line and into the Euclid Financial Services red zone.
Yeah, Burrillville, not a big defense necessarily in the defensive backfield and the linebacking crew, so they'll try to move around, confuse North Kingstown as you see the fullback going straight ahead again. And he's really doing a beating on this front four and linebacking crew of Burrillville.
All right, 1st and 10 now. Ball spotted on the 19-yard line. And the quarterback keeper, loose ball, or is that a loose helmet that goes flying? Yeah, it was a helmet that went flying. And that's the quarterback, Jack Diano, who lost that as he went into a pack of defenders and now is headed to the sideline to.
Diano right here keeps it himself. He can read that if he wants, but like I said, he leads the team in rushing, and it's that 1-2-3 punch, about 40-plus yards a game, but he's here we
snap
go
to Charnello around the right side and into the end zone for a touchdown. Christopher Charnello with the first score of the game, a Prime Heating and Cooling touchdown.
If I saw it right, that was that direct snap that you alluded to earlier.
There was no quarterback.
That was Wildcat, yeah. And great blocking, got the edge, sealed it off that the front five of North Kingstown did, and made it easy on their fullback. See it here. Take a look at the right side, just turning everyone inside, and he can basically walk in from there. Charnell doing a great job. He's probably got 30-40 yards already in just the first drive for North Kingstown.
Liam Kennett with a kick. It is up and it is good. So first score here in the first quarter with 7:49 to go goes to the home team, the North Kingstown Skippers. They lead it now 7-0.
So look for them, to stay behind Charnello. When you have these type of passing attacks, you find someone that you can run behind. You tend to come right out of the passing attack and do what's working. And obviously, Charnello's running with a head of steam. No one's getting in front of him, and he's getting about 7, 8, 9 yards a clip there on that first drive.
All right, there you see the Burrillville sideline as we'll get to see them on offense in just a moment here. Liam Kennett, who kicked the extra points, will also be kicking it off. And interesting about him is that he has accepted a scholarship at URI, and he'll be the Rams punter when he arrives there next fall.
Very good.
Good crowd on hand here tonight, and certainly something to cheer about with that first touchdown. Going to warm them up a little bit as we really hit the fall temperatures. Lucky us, we're inside the press box. Window closed.
I closed
that was
the
your
window
choice.
when you weren't
your
looking.
choice.
Yeah. I'm always going to close the window.
But I'm not arguing with that. All right, here's Kennett kicking away, and boy, he got a boot into that one, and backing up to the 2-yard line, now bringing it back out. The Broncos, and they'll bring it back out to about the 14-yard line. Oh, check that, make it the 24-yard line. And that's where we'll see them take over on offense and get our first chance to see their quarterback, Logan Gelinas, in his 3rd year as the starting signal caller for these Broncos.
Yeah, Gelinas, another dual threat guy. Coach talked about how he can use his legs and has always been able to do that, but has such a good grip of the offense. Really a leader in the offseason, weight room guy, and we'll see what he does here and answering the call.
All right, their first drive starts at the 23-yard line. Gelinas wants to throw on first down, lets it go, connects with Jack Beluzzi, and Beluzzi along the far sideline is knocked out of bounds after he gets